shit you're seeing here, I was the first person they moved to.
Now what will you talk about? So, you want taking EP. Because if you're not taking EP, you're not going to call my name here and start saying you say that How will you?
I'm sorry, no, I thought this was just my
because which one is not?
I always to show you.
No, don't say sorry, no vex. I'm not vex. You called my name here and I'm saying
Okay, so the parrot finally spoke, and Onyeka had quite a number of explanations to give to her sister and her friend, Wani. As a matter of fact, it even resulted in an almost fight situation with Victoria. And let's not forget that Victoria is still shocked that Onyeka nominated her. Yeah. So the parrot spoke, and yeah, it shook the house a bit, shook the housemates a bit. You could tell that they were all nervous because they did not know what the parrot was going to spill. They did not know who was going to be the victim of the spillage. Yeah. And yes, it was kind of exciting, you know, for us, the viewers. I mean, for me, especially as a viewer, because of course it's something different, it's something fresh, something new. You know, the parrot is speaking after such a shocking nomination experience for the housemates. You know, I mean, personally, I was looking forward to a lot of drama. But it might seem as though this bond, this friendship that these housemates have formed, it's like a shield against anything at all that Big Brother decides to introduce this season. I mean, yes, I understand. The theme of the season is no lose guard. But from the look of things, these housemates are literally standing on the business of no lose guard. It's like they're hell-bent on not losing their guard. It's like they're hell-bent on standing on the no reaction rule. Like they don't want to give a reaction to anything. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, hey, I was watching their countenance, you know, their reactions, their facial expressions, especially when the parrot started spilling, and it just felt like a hopeless situation for me. I almost cried. Because cast your mind back to the All-Star season last year when this whole parrot thingy came up, and guys, we saw how the house went into an uproar. Yes. So I was kind of hoping, I wasn't expecting much. I mean, hey, Ebuka has tried all he can. Biggie has tried his own to some extent as well. And it's like these housemates, they have refused to be shaken. So I wasn't really expecting much, but I was just hoping that at least we'll get a bit of a reaction. But it wasn't really giving. It wasn't like the parrot did not do its job. The parrot did its job, but the housemates, once again, it's like a do or die affair. We're not going to react. We're not going to give. We're not going to give. Guys, as I said, I almost cried. But then again, about the spillage from the parrot, I was wondering, like, Biggie, is this all you've got? Is this all you've got? Because the person in particular that was at the center of all that spillage that the parrot did was Onyeka. And we know for a fact that from week 1 till now, Onyeka has said a lot in that house. So if really, yeah, the center of the spillage was going to be Onyeka, come on, Big Brother, why didn't you do a thorough check through your archives to get a more explosive, you know, spillage or gossip from Onyeka that could at least shake people around the house, especially the people that she's very close to? Like, Biggie, was that all you've got? Was that it? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the parrot spillage, the housemate reactions, Onyeka's reactions, and the almost fight situation that happens between herself and Victoria. All right, watch this video to the end, and of course, I would love to hear your thoughts about, you know, that whole experience. What did you think? Did you get the reaction you were expecting? Were you disappointed, or were you satisfied, or were you excited just like the housemates? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and you're all welcome to my channel. My name is Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. Without further ado, let's just quickly continue with the rest of the video. So the first spillage from the Parrot was Onyeka's comment about her sister Chizoba and Ben's relationship. Yes, something to do with disrespect or whatnot. But ladies and gentlemen, I felt like that spillage did not carry weight, because earlier today, Onyeka and Chizoba, they were having a bit of a rift. Yes, I was going to talk about that on another video, but yeah, if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen my tweet about that. Yes, so I was kind of expecting a heavier spillage that would have possibly triggered more arguments between Onyeka and her sister Chizoba. Yeah, but that spillage, it did not really go anywhere. It didn't, because Chizoba was not even fazed. She was not bothered, because quite frankly, we know for a fact that Chizoba is just fronting shipping with Ben. There's really no affection there. Ben is the only one that is doing everything to make that girl comfortable in that house. Chizoba's affections lies with them, by the way, twins. She wants OC and OZ all together in one, all in the guise of siblingship. So I was actually expecting for that Parrot to have spilled something that carried more weight, that would have really triggered more, you know, between Onyeka and Chizoba if they were the target of that spillage. So for me, that first spillage, it was weak. It was like a weak, you know, when you want to give a clap back, it was like a weak clap back. It did not really enter. And then the second spillage that kind of carried weight, right? This one was about the statement Onyeka had made, where she had said that all the ships that's happening in the house, that the guys in those ships actually approached her first before they started off their ship with whoever they are in a ship with. And then I think she had also mentioned that, oh, whatever's going on between Wani and Sean, whether it's not going to last because all of Sean's exes have got big bum like her. In other words, she's kind of comparing herself to Wani, like kind of making it look like, oh, Sean actually has eyes for her and not Wani. I don't know if you all recall that conversation. Yes, it actually happened. And Onyeka had said what she said. Now, that spillage had happened. It carried weight, yes. And I was quite excited about that one, because of late, Onyeka and Wani and Ndi, they've been coming up with this friendship. You know, they've been doing this, their evil bitches thingy from day one, right? But then they had some sort of rift, and now they are back again. It's like they've kind of reconciled, yes. So I was kind of expecting a reaction from Wani, especially. But then she and her sister, they went to the kitchen and they were kind of laughing about it, making jokes about it. And Sean, of course, who is aware of all of these spillages that Onyeka has been doing, it was kind of not really taking it serious. In fact, Sean's facial expression when the Parrot was spilling that second time, it was just hilarious, because he knew who said it. He knew everything about that particular situation, that particular day. So he was laughing and he was like, oh my God, I've been caught. But Wani and her sister were kind of slow, because they did not quickly react. It was later on in the dressing area that Wani was now, she called Onyeka and she was like, that she wanted to clarify something, she wanted to ask. And Onyeka was busy giving explanation, you know that day that we were here, you know that day, this is all that day. The people that she's telling that day, some of them don't even remember the day. But she sure had an explanation for everything. Now, Wani wanted to be sure if she made that statement before they had that trauma bonding conversation or afterwards. And then Onyeka said that it was actually before then, that time they were actually having issues. So, you know, no big deal. But we did not hear the end of that conversation because the camera had moved away from them. I think there was an ad break here. So we did not hear the end of that conversation. Nobody took offense about anything. As a matter of fact, after the spillage, housemates were, you know, just chilling and just going about their business, with the exception of Victoria, who was a bit touchy, yes. And Onyeka, in a way, I kind of triggered her as well. But before we get to that, The Parrot had given a third spillage, and quite frankly, that was quite lengthy. I did not really pick everything that the Parrot said, but it was, I was hearing things about friendships, fake friendships, so I did not really catch everything about that third spillage. But then, the housemates were not doing anything about it. As a matter of fact, by the time the Parrot was repeating the first spillage, they were already dispersing and going about their various businesses. Nobody was interested in creating any drama at all from any of the spillages. I mean, guys, for real, I was tired. The only person that was giving me hope in the midst of all of that was Victoria. Our quiet, gentle Victoria. Because as the Parrot was spilling, she was mentioning the name of the person that was saying all of those things. She was like, oh, this one sounds like Onyeka. Oh, this one sounds like this. Oh, in fact, she was the one breaking it down and explaining to other housemates. Other housemates actually knew that it was Onyeka that was saying all of those things. But they were feigning ignorance. They were acting like, they don't know. Nobody wants to give a reaction. Only Victoria was actually like she was hammering and hammering. And so, the Onyeka was in the kitchen. I think she was actually explaining herself to Wani and Sean about something. She'd actually had like a disagreement, an argument even with Ozzy after the live eviction show. Yes, we did not really hear what exactly had actually transpired between those two people. And so she had heard Victoria mention her name, and then she too was mentioning Victoria's name. You know, because Victoria was mentioning her name that, okay, she was the one that actually said those things, right? So Victoria mentioned her name. She was now mentioning Victoria's name back, like, oh, you mentioned my name, I mentioned your name. So it was not looking like a back and forth between both of them. And Victoria was not backing down at all. And then Onyeka now saw that Victoria was getting serious. So she was not like, is that not how me and you used to play? I'm like, really? Onyeka, I've never seen you and Victoria play like that. Which one is that how people used to play? Like, girl, where's your balls? Grab your balls and stand your ground, you know? But Victoria wasn't finding it funny. Victoria was like, no, you can't do that. Play how? They mentioned the name, I mentioned your name, so you mentioned my name, so why we, you know? And Onyeka was trying to pacify it, and she's like, oh, sorry, yo. Like, she immediately dead the situation. Because according to her, she knows that Victoria wants highlights, so she's not going to give Victoria highlights. And then she walked away. But Victoria was obviously pissed. And I know that Victoria's annoyance with Onyeka is coming from the fact that Onyeka is faking friendship with her, but then went ahead to nominate her. So Victoria was quite offended. And she has not gotten over it though, because the thing is still on her chest. So personally, I'm looking forward to the dynamics in the relationship between these two girls, Victoria and Onyeka. I want to see if Victoria is going to spark again. Because from the look of things, it does not look like Victoria has gotten over the nominations. Neither has she gotten over that exchange they had in the kitchen. So I have a strong feeling that they might face off again. And I am looking forward to seeing if it's going to happen and when it's going to happen. All right? But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, the Parrot's first spiel, well, it was exciting, but it did not give that kick that would have made it explosive. And I understand that, yes, it boils down to the housemate, you know, because they don't want to ruin friendships. They are all standing on guard. They don't want to lose their guard. But I feel like it also boils down to how well production, you know, filters through their archives to get the most crazy, like damning spillage from these housemates. Because these housemates have actually said a lot. They've gossiped about each other a lot. Some they've said in front of each other, and a lot of others they've said behind one another's back. So I believe production can actually do better. So they should go back, do their homework, dig deeper, and target other people. Listen, there are other people that they should be targeting. Yeah, there are other people in the house they should be targeting. So production should try, we'll still be praying and hoping that the housemates will one day, sometime this week probably, decide to give us a reaction. If not, yeah, we'll just have to manage the little that we are seeing on TV, because me at this point, I've lost hope with these housemates. I've really lost hope. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to hear your thoughts about that particular event. All right, so please go ahead and share the comment section below. I'll see you guys on another video soon. Thanks for watching and have an amazing evening.